I'm going to give it about 30 or 40 minutes, see how we do. This is North Fork of Salt Creek. It feeds into Lake Monroe. Lake Monroe is just, I'm guessing, a mile or two the other way, but I heard about this place from some other people, so I thought I'd come down here and try it out. But never fished here before, so I don't know what to expect. But if we don't do very good here, I'll end this one, and I'm going to go closer to the big lake and try to see if I can find some open water down there. Can you guys see those poles okay? Oh, there's a lot of trees here, but I didn't bring the hammocks, Pete. All right, we can see them. We're just going to let it go and see what happens. Oh, sounds good too. That's great. Let's see, I've been here. I've had poles in the water for just about 5 minutes or so. And like I said, I'm just going to give it 30, 40 minutes. If we don't get any bites, I'm going to pack it up and move on. Zach, I don't really know exactly how deep it is. When I cast it out there, it felt like it was close to 10 feet by how long it took it to sink. Pete, you caught more than I did, so because I went out yesterday too, and I've never caught a fish on a live stream yet. But it's cold. It's actually warmer today than it has been in the last few days. I think it was right at 34 or 35 degrees when I pulled in here. Yeah. But yeah, it feels like you're under pressure, like you're being judged. This way, I'm not ignoring you guys, but yeah, well, I haven't started slamming any fish yet. Got to perform. You won't be seeing me perform. You're going to have to come for the fishing and hoping that I catch something, because I am no performer. I don't know if you guys can see over there or not. There's that tree down and that big log jam. Looked like it'd be a good spot for some flatheads to set up, so I'm kind of casted just out in front of that. The current's going that direction. I'm hoping it will just carry my scent that log jam. And it's also January in Indiana. I just don't think the fishing's that great this time of year here. A couple other fishermen tell me, you know, where Salt Creek comes out of Monroe, or this feeds into Monroe, that a lot of people come here and catch some really nice catfish. So I wanted to give it a shot. I'm about 5 feet up off the water here, so if I do, hang on. I've learned my short time on YouTube. There are viewers, and then there are fishermen viewers. Okay, yeah. But if I do hook one here, if I do catch one, I'm going to have to go off camera over here to the left, I guess it is for you guys. But there's a little point that goes down and gets a little closer to the water, and I think I'll be able to get down there with my net and get whatever we catch. But it's a pretty big drop off right here, so. Look at me planning on how to net the fish before I've even had a bite. I guess I'll just close. walkers. I'm on the North Fork of Salt Creek. Thank you, Lacey. J-Dog. Michael Murillo. Pete. Ben Rich Boys, good morning. Weather's actually starting to cooperate around here a little bit. I mean, it's going to get much colder in the days, but J-Dog, I'm doing all right. How are you? Out here trying to get some fish to bite again. Scotty Hill, how are you? This is the first time I've streamed using this front camera or rear camera. I was concerned about how it might look. I'm sorry you guys got to see my ugly mug the whole time. And this spot I'm going to 10 minutes now or so. If we don't get any bites or anything, we're going to pack up and move to another spot, and I'll end this and start a new one. Kelly, hello. You can't hear me, Pete? I don't know, Pete. See if anybody else is having an issue. It's buffering a bit. I don't have the greatest signal. Let me try something. See if that does any better. I turned it down to 720. See if it does any better. Of course, it helps if I turn the sound on. I turned it down to 720. We'll see if that does any better for you guys. Yeah, you're probably not going to see an 80-pounder here, Pete. This is just a little creek. But it feeds a really big lake, so I know those big catfish can come up in here. Best I can do is throw my bait out there and hope for the best. All right, Chuck, we'll see you later. Pete, I figured you'd be in pole. That's all it was, too, a little bump. Two old vets, welcome. Lynn, I've got 30 minutes or so. If we haven't caught anything or got any good bites, I'm going to take off, go to another spot. Maurice, if that buffering gets too bad, guys, let me know and I'll just end it. I don't want to torture you guys with the buffering. I was surprised I had a signal at all, to be honest. Little buffering never hurt anyone. Wasn't downloading something they shouldn't. Definitely rather be working. Got to go back to work on Saturday and Sunday. I had just the tiniest little bump on that ugly stick, the white one. It hasn't hit it. I was a little bit surprised that this was in decent shape, this creek. We've had a lot of rain and snow over the last 5 or 6 days, and the rivers closer to home, they're just ripping, the currents ripping like there's no way I was going to fish them. I kind of expected this to be flooded, but it actually looks pretty good. I'm going to get some water out of my truck. I'll be right back. Stephen Corley, good morning. I'm doing well. About 20 more minutes in this spot. And hey, Fishing with Big Mike, how you doing? Never been here before. Just going to give it about 45 minutes. We've had one little tap on that ugly stick, but if we don't have it hooked up in 45 minutes or so, I'm going to move on to another spot. I guess I'm just going to have to watch the Whisker Bowl this weekend and see what the fish look like. This is the first year for the freezer bowl, yeah. Supposed to get Maurice. It's real windy today too. I kind of like this spot because it's blowing the wind. But if we can't get them to bite, it ain't going to do any good. All right, two old vets, you take care. I can feel that sun a little bit. It feels good. Today we'll get a first live fish. Feel it in your bones, and your lucky shorts are nearby. All right, Pete. We need all that. Yeah, that COVID test, that's no joke. It's a short test, but it feels like an eternity when they got that thing stuck up there, swabbing your brain. Pete, you probably don't see much of this white you're at, do you? Yeah, Steven, I know a lot of people that get sinus infections and then they make them get COVID tests, even though, I mean, people's had COVID, or, sinus infections all their life. They pretty much know they've got a sinus infection, but a lot of employers make you go and test anyway. I know ours do. I didn't figure you got any snow. Tried it with your wife and she had pneumonia. Better. And for bait, we have some bonita and some spotted mackerel. And that's only because I had to get it at an Asian market because I couldn't get bait anywhere else. Bait shops, if they're even open here in Indiana, they don't have anything. And back up where I live, the rivers current are frozen over, so it's kind of hard to get any bait. Yeah, hiking guy. Yeah, I plan on moving around a few times today. Sun's actually out here a little bit. Yeah, we've had a lot of snow and rain, and I mean, I wouldn't call them flooded, but they're up and very swift. House. I'm hoping in the next couple days they'll get a little bit back to normal, but I've got to work all weekend, so Monday and Tuesday I may be able. Something's wanting that ugly stick. Hey, Roger. Maybe. This weekend. Well, maybe not because we don't have the right sleeping pads yet. I just getting those sent back today, and I don't think I want to be in that hot tent with you. Hey, Eric, how are you? I had to. I'm almost to Monroe THG, but I had to turn that down to 720. I've only got 2 bars of signal. I don't know if you guys are still experiencing all that buffering or. Oh yeah, Pete, it's look, here we go, hitting on it again. That's one of my favorite times to camp, Pete. Mexicat. I hope so, Pete. THG, Pete's in South Africa. He might know a little bit about bugs. Find else to pay for it. Hey, Haz, how are you? Trying a new spot this morning. Terrible bugs in the summer. Becca, I didn't see Becca come in. Dan. I don't know how I missed you, Becca. Sorry. I looking at my, so I turn around looking over here. We have been getting a bite on that white one. Just a little dink bite, little peck here and there. Oh yeah, go fishing today. You Getty? Oh yeah, that's right. Groundhog's Day was yesterday. Well, take him to the doctor, then go fishing. Well, so much because that was a great premiere last night, Roger. I really enjoyed that a lot. I'm sure you enjoyed it more than we did, catching all those fish, but I sure did enjoy it. You'll be smiling about it a long time. His channel, listen to him. He's awful, but his channel. All right, you guys tell me. It's been about 40 minutes. I've probably had bait in the water for 45 minutes. Stay or find another spot. Maybe we'll get lucky and find one with a better signal. All we've had is a couple little dink bites on that white pole. Hey, you found it, THG. No, Steven, I've never fished here before. Want to make it a little better. I'll title it Winter Catfish and Pest. Sit. Plus, I was on the other side. Then there's a nice place to sit, but there's a nice pull off here for me to get off the road. And with all that log jam and stuff over there, I thought, it'd look good for flathead, so I wanted to give it a shot. No, Eric, they've been out there just about 40 minutes right now. I can recast them, I guess, and give it another 15 or 20. See how we do. But I have been getting a little bit of a bite on this white one, so. Well, get those videos going, Dan. We're ready for it. The sun feels good, but it makes it hard to see this screen. Yeah. You might be enjoying. Well, I don't know. I am enjoying my vacation. I know I'm dreading Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I do not want to go back, but what are you going to do? Hit the lottery, I guess. land right now, so I can only pull off where they have pull offs and stuff like that. But when I move from here, I'm going to go to down towards Lake Monroe, which is the biggest lake in Indiana, and see if I can find some open water out there somewhere. And if I can't, then I'll start heading back towards home and try to find something. Yeah, I was going to go to Paintown, see what kind of signal I get there. And if I don't get anything there, I was thinking the last time I was at Allen's Creek, I had a signal. There, TH, I was good. But this is basically the same creek. I mean, this is the North Fork of Salt Creek, and I think that's part of it too, or I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I thought about going there first. I really want to be down on Monroe, though. I feel like that may be our best chance to hook into something. Plus, I can hit that down there and see if it's pole. But all right, Roger, we'll see you. Crooked Creek, it's I don't know. I mean, I don't have any signal down. I've even thought about driving all the way down to Patoka, but I've never fished Patoka, or at least not catfished it. I bass fished it years ago before cell phones, so I don't know if I'd have a signal down there or not. Probably not. I really don't feel like driving that far. I definitely will try this spot here when the weather warms up, though, because I do like this spot. Hey, Thomas. We've had little dink bites on that other, and that's about it. Got about 10 more minutes, and I'm going to pack it up here and move to another spot. I was thinking about going to turn in there at Cutright right after the bridge there on Monroe, and go back to the marina and see if there's any open water back in there too. right. I mean, it's still cold, but the sun's out. I'm being... There's the wind. Let's see. How spot? Go to the very end for me, and then Amy went peninsula. Yeah, you know what? I didn't do that. That's when I moved prior to an hour, a bait shop down there too. Plus, I gotta drive down to find a place that's got a signal. I'm in THG because I'm Grove too. We fish down at Pine Grove. Which, where I'm at right now, as the crow flies, is not very far to get to Pine Grove. I may just drive to all of them, and whichever one has the best signal, I'll fish there. It's real spotty for me down through there. I mean, I know I've been out on the kayaks at Allenstown and used the phone. I think I've even looked up things on the internet out there, so I know I've had a signal there, but then you move half a mile away and you got nothing. Yeah, I mean, I agree, THG. I just have to drive around and see what I can get. All right, guys, I'm putting these in. All right, get it now. So thanks for stopping in. Hopefully I can find a spot down there. If you don't see me again today, it means I didn't find a spot with a good enough signal. So